when I would tell my mother that I was going to own a restaurant one day, and I said, this is what I said. I said, I want people to feel so comfortable in my restaurant that they break out a deck of cards, you know, and they're just playing cards at the table and they don't want to leave. And that's exactly what happened. And so people kind of just, they felt the energy and they felt that it was, you know, Souley Vegan is a real business. It's a real place. It comes from a very true space. You know, not one that just, you know, hopped on a trend or whatever. In fact, when we launched, it was so far from a trend. But I think that people were receptive. People felt it, and people felt the love that I had, you know, for Souley Vegan. And I listen, you know, to my customers, and I talk to them, and we hug and all of those things. So they know that it's coming from a real space and that I do my very best for them. And it's well received, and I'm very grateful for that.
And so you are in Oakland, and how has that community been reacting to, we literally spoke 3 weeks ago, and there's been another police shooting of a Black man. I mean, how does a community like that, where Oakland is pretty predominantly Black, how does community even handle that?
Yeah, I can say that, you know, coming from a Black woman, you know, I have a Black son, you know, it's almost too much to bear. And I think that, you know, people respond kind of the way that they know how. And, you know, kind of when you're feeling pain, like what is the best, who can tell you the best way to respond? You know, it's when you're so emotional. And I think that, you know, I mean, like I said, as a Black woman, as a Black mother, I mean, I can identify with that. I mean, it's just, it's almost like, you know, for myself, I have to not think about it to a degree, because I will dive into a little depression, because it's so real and live and vivid, and it's right in our faces, and it's happening right next door. It's happening to our sons. It's happening to, you know, our brothers. And it's I can just say it's too much to bear. And I don't think that words could really express the pain felt, you know, in the community, by mothers, you know, by fathers, by brothers, by siblings. You know, I don't think that words can really express that pain. But the life that I have kind of as an entrepreneur, you know, a strong woman, this is something that I chose. This was not something that, you know, somebody taught me to be. You know, I chose to be that. And so I looked and I observed other strong women around me before I was an entrepreneur, the women that I worked with, you know, my mother, who was not an entrepreneur, but she worked damn hard as a grocery checker every single day, you know, getting herself together every morning, going to a job that she was disrespected at, and she hated, to feed her children. I mean, that's strong. That's a lot of strength to do that, as opposed to just giving up. And so I think that I've seen a lot of that, but I paid attention to it, and I chose that is the kind of woman that I want to be. I want to be a strong woman. I want to be a survivor. You know, a large part of kind of my drive was to be able to take care of my mother, and so that she, you know, when I was younger, so that she would not have to go to that job that she hates and that people don't treat her good at, you know. So that was a large kind of drive, was to be able to help my family, but then beyond my family, be able to help my community, be able to offer opportunity to young children, you know, who maybe, you know, they want to do something, but they don't really know how, you know, or they don't have the information kind of readily available to them or around them to be able to entertain different thoughts, you know, or even consider kind of a different lifestyle. So I'm very grateful, actually. I can say that at this point, I guess I'm getting kind of proud of what I've done, but I really don't think about it like that. I more so think about, wow, when I get to where I want to be, how many people am I going to be able to help? Like, that is really kind of where I shine, where my heart comes alive, is when I know that I've done something good that will help the lives of others, like help their future.